Hi, it's John Williams here with Selena Barker, and we run the 30-day challenge together. Today we're talking about what if you want to make money without having a job, but you don't consider yourself a business person, or you don't have a business idea. Then what do you do? Well, in actual fact, that's pretty normal. So we want to introduce you to a different way of thinking about making money without a job, even if it's a small amount of money at the beginning, or whether you want to make something that could eventually give you a full-time income. I mean, there's a problem with the word business in general, isn't there?
Yeah, because it gets people stuck, expecting that they need to have a fully formulated idea of what this business is going to be, and so they don't start until they have that. The problem is, you don't have that until you start. You do not have to have a big business idea before you get started. How are you going to make this video today?
I phoned a garden centre this morning, and I was trying to buy an oak seedling because I wanted to make a point, right? That's funny enough, it's quite a difficult thing to buy. A seedling, right? An oak seedling, if you look at it, doesn't look much like an oak tree. It's a tiny little thing, and yet, of course, from what's the phrase? From tiny acorns, mighty oaks grow, or something like that. And so the point is that the thing you start might not look anything like a business. The thing you start might be, okay, what if you do? You create a free app, or you run a free event and you organise it on meetup.com where it's easy to find people to come along, or you decide you're going to do a blog about a topic you're really excited about, and other people will look at you and go, well, that's not a business, that's got nothing to do with business because it's not making money. But the fact is, free apps give you ideas for paid apps and get you a following, and free events build into paid events and build into membership sites, which can actually make you quite a lot of money eventually.
If you go to any of the really successful businesses that you really admire and you actually look at how they started out, none of them started with the person that's now running that business going, I have an idea for a business. What started out really, if you go right back to the very beginning, that very seed of how that business began, it began as a scribble, it began as an idea, it began as, well, I did...
Oh, Facebook, right?
Yeah.
So the classic story is Facebook exactly started like that. Mark Zuckerberg, if you believe the story, was drunk and feeling somewhat bitter, having been dumped.
Yep.
And he created a site called FaceMash to compare the relative attractiveness of people at Harvard. It's very tasteful stuff.
Yeah.
And that was so popular, it crashed the server. And so he thought, there's something in this, something in the social workings being put online, particularly in a closed community.
Yeah.
And that idea gave rise to the Facebook, which is this, if you Google it, it's like this ugly thing, which was only for Harvard graduates at the start. And now, of course, we have Facebook. It looks very little like the original version, certainly nothing like FaceMash. But if he hadn't had the idea for FaceMash, that wouldn't have given him the idea for the Facebook, which evolved into Facebook. And that's the story always with businesses.
Yeah, no business started as this fully formulated business idea, and it's crazy to expect. That's why business plans, big thought out business plans, they don't work. So once you're actually doing it, you're actually playing this game, everything changes anyway. So these 5-year business plans that people sweat over, it's absolutely pointless.
When you're playing out those really early ideas, you might not even know what you're going to sell. So you just start doing something. You start getting a group of people together who are interested in a topic. And somewhere down the line, that turns into a book, or a club, or an event, or a festival, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So we see this ourselves with people on the 30-day challenge, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, over the last 3 years, we've seen all these businesses grow that started off as a simple blog or a product idea. Now, some of those businesses look very much like the thing they first started out as, and some look completely different. But when you look back, it makes sense. We've seen the evolution, we've seen how it's grown. But they would never have thought back in those early days when they did that first 30-day challenge that they were going to have the business that they had today.
Yeah. You've got to be willing to start something and see where it takes you. So what we want to know, our question for you today is, what's your seedling project? What could you do right now in just a few weeks that will, something that excites you but which you think might be interesting or useful to other people? And if you're at the really early stage of exploring what you'd like to do and what could work, don't even think about money at this stage. Just think, what am I excited about, and what do I think other people will find useful or valuable or interesting? Right?
Yeah, it's all about that. It's all about, when you look at those first businesses that started out, it happened with an energy that came from their excitement about, I want to create this, and I'm excited about sharing it, and seeing what happens when I do that. And that's it. really, it is as simple as that.
Yeah. So forget business ideas and all that stuff. We just want to ask, what is your seedling project that's going to excite you and what you think might excite other people as well? Leave a comment on the blog and let's see what you come up with.